Hello everyone, thanks for attending the presentation of our study title, Design of an e-book on the Prevention of Cardiovascular Disease in Women Prisoners Aimed at Professionals, a Qualitative Study. I'm Mariana Rodrigues from Federal University of Pernambuco, and I wrote this abstract with researchers Ana Machado, Iara Ferreira, Adriana TAVEIRA, Francisca LINHARES, and Ana Paula MACEDO. Annually, cardiovascular disease, CVDs, and others non-communicable disease claim the lives of 70 million people under the age of 70, which equates to one death every 2 seconds, and the majority of which can be prevented by addressing risk factors. The CVDs are considered the lead cause of death in Europe and worldwide. The risk factors can be categorized into non-modifiable and modifiable. The main risk factors for CVDs recorded in Portugal between 1990 and 2019 were tobacco use, elevated systolic blood pressure, and body mass index. The risk factors for CVDs in the female population are frequent and have a great impact on cardiovascular risk compared to men, when we consider, for example, the organic conditions inherent to female sex, namely the hormonal variations that occur throughout life and their effects. Environment conditions and lifestyle influence the risk of developing CVDs. There is an increase in associated health risk factors caused by poor confinement conditions. They are among the NCDs that most affected women and represent a reality in prison units. The most frequent risk factors for CVD found in incarcerated individuals are obesity, diabetes, hypertension, smoking, alcohol and other drug use, sedentary lifestyle, depressions, and others. Since most risk factors for CVDs are modifiable through behavior change, these can be learned through health educational actions in the prisons. The use of an e-book for professionals working in female prison establishments could facilitate the teaching process for inmates. In this context, the aim of this study was to identify the knowledge and difficulties reported by professionals working in a women's prison on the subject in question and identify the suggestions emerged from the reality of the setting under study to guide the construction of an educational e-book aimed at all professionals working in the context. The methodology adopted was qualitative using the focus group technique to collect data in a Portuguese women's prison in July 2024. Convenience sampling was used to recruit the participants, and the data were collected in a single session with 6 professionals from the prison establishment, moderated by the first author, lasting an average of an hour and a half. The obtained data were analyzed using thematic content analysis according to Bardon's protocol. The focus group was conducted to identify the real needs that emerged from the study scenario. Sociodemographic data were collected and 6 questions were used for debate. The subsequent content analysis yielded 4 thematic categories. The category 1, prior knowledge of the subject by professionals working in the context, which the professionals demonstrate adequate knowledge about the concept of cardiovascular disease and risk factors, in addition to recognizing their presence in the prison establishment under study. The category 2, current prevention programs in the context and major arising challenge, which identified the following 3 themes, where the professionals reported having yoga, meditation, dance classes, gym, as well as information technology, showing videos. Professionals reported too the challenge with the lack of women's participation and lack of motivation. They were suggested to work at the level of all sectors and more in conjunctions with each area and perhaps at more appropriate, more specific times. The category 3, suggestions for the content of the book, it was suggested that there could be a welcome guide that would convey generic information, in addition to raising awareness not only among health professions, but also among others in other areas of the prison context. Furthermore, the importance of inmate accountability was reported, as they practically abdicate responsibility for everything related to their health and believe it is the health professionals that should resolve all situations. In category 4, suggestions for the visual design of the book, it was suggested short, very clear texts and images, flowcharts, as simple as possible with figures, graphs, bibliographic reference, and clarifications. To conclude, the findings allow the book to be grounded in relevant scientific data, ensure that its content is based on an empirically sound foundation, and provides an authentic and insightful perspective on the subject.